Do you find it difficult to control your anxiety? Experiencing high peaks of anxiety can be extremely uncomfortable. It could hinder your activities and have you feeling exhausted by all the worrying and overthinking. This may be caused by the alteration of chemicals in your body or your nervous system trying to adjust to your mental state. Although you did not cause it, you can do a lot to alleviate your symptoms. My name is Carmen Roman. I am a clinical psychologist in San Jose, California, with 30 years of experience in working with anxiety. And today I am going to share with you how you can calm your anxiety. Before going straight to the solution, an important part of learning how to control high levels of anxiety is to know the difference between normal and anxiety disorders. It's important for you to know that our body uses anxiety as a natural response to stress and to situations that may be dangerous or new. So, in a way, anxiety is and always be a natural part of your life. But this tiny part of your life, it doesn't need to be all 24/7. This is when it's a problem. So, when you are feeling that the anxiety is overwhelming you in your daily life and you feel fear and worry, even if it's not threat in your immediate side or future, then you can start considering consulting a professional to see if you may be suffering from anxiety disorder. Some common symptoms of anxiety can be insomnia, restlessness, excessive worry, which is difficult to control, lack of concentration or trouble trying to concentrate, muscle tension, and that could be in your neck, in your shoulders, in your hands. You can be moving a lot your leg, or difficulty breathing or sweating when it's not hot outside, or your heart racing for no apparent reason. Yeah. It's important that you remember that you cannot diagnose yourself, neither with this video. Even though I am a professional psychologist, I am here to inform you. So I don't know your particular case. It's important for you to go and look information for a professional that can see you and talk to you, from a psychologist that can know your case. This is a very important information to bring to your therapy session. And yes, we are going to talk at the end of coping strategies and exact breathing exercises that you can do to help yourself meanwhile. When people think about anxiety disorders, they tend to only think about generalized anxiety disorder. There are multiple types of disorders that can refer to anxiety, and it's also important that you get to identify which type of anxiety disorder you may be suffering from, so you can treat it correctly. If you would like to learn more about anxiety types, you can check out our podcast episode called Identify Your Anxiety, where I tell you more in depth about the 6 types of anxiety disorders. When trying to calm or dissipate your anxiety, it's important to note that learning coping mechanisms and techniques will help you not only to calm down during a high peak of anxiety, but it will build the necessary skills to slowly overcome and control anxiety in the future. So I divided this into 2. The coping skills that you need to develop, that it will take time and practice for you to do it. And at the end, very quick breathing exercises while you wait to develop your skills. So both of these parts are very important. Try this when you are feeling anxious or stressed. Take very deep breaths, teach your body how to breathe in a normal time, so it will respond of times of emergency. So listen to me. Imagine this is your brain and this is your column. Yeah. And this is your belly. So we have a nerve that goes from the coccyx, or the last part of your spine, to your brain. When we inhale deeply, we pressure softly this nerve, and that nerve sends the information to the brain that everything is going to be okay. So this is why breathing deeply is extremely important. But we are going to talk about different coping strategies. I just wanted to make sure you don't pass this specific reason why you need to practice deep breathing, and it's not like it's going to be magic and it's going to be in a 3-minute video. Yeah. It is very important that you know yourself and what upsets you. If you have a list, if you write down a list of moments, circumstances, or events that triggers you, or people that triggers your anxiety, you will be able to attend one by one. You will be able to pay attention and work on them one by one. So these are very important coping strategies. Let's start. Schedule a me time. You may be able to listen to music, do some journaling. You can take a notepad and say, I feel anxious, and start writing why. Drawing, you don't need to put words on it. You can be drawing. You can put your face mask and manicure and pedicure, or take a long bath, and why not some restorative yoga session. The next one is to take a break from the problem. Go out, talk to friends or your pet, watch a comedy movie, or take a shower. That will help you to see the same problem you are trying to solve with a very different perspective. And when we are anxious, everything seems to be a problem. So you say, how I can get out from my life? Take one problem at a time. Solve one problem at a time. Focus on the problem that is more immediate or bigger or easier for you, whatever you want. And then take a break from that problem, go do something else, and try to see it differently. Another coping strategy is get a good amount of sleep. Everybody is different, so I'm not going to even try to tell you the number of hours. But you know your body, and you can assess how much sleep do you need to feel refreshed and ready to conquer the world in the morning. So schedule yourself time, seriously, to go early to bed, maybe to wake up early and do your exercises or whatever you need to do, but to sleep enough hours that your body needs. The next one is do 15 to 20 minutes exercise per day. Rather than doing 2-3 hours in the weekend, which is good, and if you can go for a hike or something bigger, perfect. But 15 to 20 minutes per day. Going for a walk, putting your salsa music or dance with the mop in the living room. Yeah, go to the gym or put a yoga video at home. Just keep moving. Do something that raises the endorphins in your body. Because research shows that when you exercise, your body releases chemicals called endorphins. These endorphins interact with the receptors in your brain and reduce the perception of pain. And yes, it will help you with depression if you suffer with depression too. That also will increase the sense of well-being in your body and improve your mood and your sleep. By the way, if you are doing repetitions of some exercise while listening to soft music, will really decrease your anxiety. Yeah. If you are doing restorative yoga, if you are doing just this up and down the stairs, take advantage of this kind of music that you can find everywhere in YouTube or somewhere else. about relaxing, and that will be like double. Yeah. The next coping mechanism that I suggest to you is eat healthy and on time. Pay attention to the quality of food. If you eat organic food whenever you can, because I know sometimes it can be an expense, invest the best you can in organic food, or food like my grandma called it. Yeah, everything that you can do for you, cook and do whatever you need to do to avoid processed food. Avoid foods like sugar, caffeine, or energy drinks that maybe really increase your anxiety for no reason. You don't need that. And yes, of course, avoid alcohol and other drinks that will increase your risk for panic attacks. If you already have anxiety and you have a lot of caffeine, alcohol, or any kind of energy drink, you are setting yourself for a panic attack. So be careful with that. Another coping mechanism that has to do with thinking is accepting that you are imperfect. You are so imperfect, my dear, so we all are. And we do imperfect things, and that's okay. It's actually the mistakes that will allow us to achieve mastery of something, whatever you are trying to do. So go out in the world and do some mistakes, or go back in your life and see like, wow, I know better today. Forgive yourself. These small practices of forgiveness will go a very long way. Forgive yourself for not getting that grade that you wanted, for not talking the way you wanted to your partner, for not getting the job you wanted, whatever. It's just in 100 years from now, who cares? Yeah. But your spirit needs that kind of forgiveness and kindness from yourself. Talk to yourself kindly. Say please and thank you to yourself. It really works. Be kind and let it go when you did your best and it did not turn out the way you wanted, or others. When your husband or your children or your boss did something that is not up to your standards, because holding that high standards, it like squeeze your breathing system, and it makes you like anguish or narrow, and that is a recipe for anxiety. After all, we cannot control other people. We cannot control our world, much less other people. Trust me, I tried for many years and I failed. I think I will stop trying pretty soon. Get yourself a list of positive information like podcasts, audiobooks, videos, or books, or whatever that will help you to improve your gratitude, your loves for yourself or for others, and your self-esteem. Anything that is positive that will slowly change your thinking. Sometimes you hear that this breathing exercise that we are going to talk at the end is all you need to do to overcome anxiety. No. Those exercises are very powerful and helpful, but it will not work with your thoughts. So you need to change your thinking. And you say, how come my thinking affects physically my body? It does. Yeah, it really does. Remember, exercise will impact your pain, your perception of pain. Well, negative thinking will impact your perception of pain too. So you may feel in more pain if you are with negative thoughts. So it's important for you to work on them. And the last, for me, that I'm going to tell you today is, before we go into the breathing, insert meditation in your daily life. Even if it's few minutes every week. Even if you start with your phone and put 2-3 minutes and then you are looking at your eyes like this, yeah, because it's too long. Eventually, 3 minutes will pass flying. but at the beginning will be difficult. So it doesn't matter, just once a week, set your timer, and eventually you can increase to 10 to 15 minutes, and eventually you may be able to do 10 to 15 minutes a day. And it will actually increase your connection with your intuition. When you increase your connection with your intuition, you are less anxious about what is coming next and how we can do. Yeah. So I have a story for you. Last Sunday, it was my first time going to LA. I live in San Jose. And I wanted to drive. Oh my God, driving in LA with what I see in the movies is like scary. Yeah, scary to death. So I rented a car, and the next day, of course, that night, I was like, oh my God, these highways, and there are 7, 8 lines, and what I'm going to do, and like, okay, calm down, breathe, enjoy the night, and you will start driving when you start driving, not before. So the next day I got into the car and I got into the lanes. And I'm telling you, at some moment it was a very tough and difficult for a couple minutes, and I managed breathing. So kind of thinking ahead, sometimes we catastrophize. 95% of those things will never happen. So when you find yourself catastrophizing, stop and say, I'm not even there. Like Carmen, I'm not even in the car driving. Why I'm driving with my mind? Yeah. Different if I could open the map and study. That would be a different way. Yeah. Do something good for others while practicing self-care. Go and volunteer or do something for the ones you love, or pet your cat, or take your dog for a walk, or call your mom. Research shows that when you help others, the sense of well-being and your self-concept will improve. So interesting, yeah? We are thinking we are doing it for others, but we are doing for ourselves around others. So giving your time and attention may come around in bigger ways that you may think, and it will bring you optimism to your life. It will improve your self-concept, because it's like, now I am that person that is kind to others. I am that person that is giving, that is grateful. And that will make you smile. A smile and relaxation doesn't combine with anxiety. So every time you have opportunities to smile, just do it. Yeah. Always, when you do something for others, be careful to monitor your anxiety and your tiredness and your stress. Because if you are overachiever or overgiver, you will exhaust yourself, and that's not the point here. Yeah. So I am going to add you, talking about negative thinking, I'm going to add you here a link for an episode that we did about dealing with negative emotions, where I interview another of my colleagues. It's actually a really good interview. So go and look in the notes if you are in YouTube or in the podcast. Remember, seeking professional help, doing all of these. But remember, you may still need professional advice in your particular case, and that's fine. When you go and invest in 1 or 2 sessions for you, or 10 or 1 year or whatever, you will see the results and you will love the new you. Now, we are in the point where we are going to do the exercise. Finally, yeah. It's very simple. Yeah. Let's do the box breathing. Yeah. For example, imagine in front of yourself like a square. Yeah. Imagine like a square. You can close your eyes or your eyes open. But focus on your breathing. Breathe through your nose, not through your mouth. Breathe all the way to your stomach. Yeah? Okay. So you can follow your finger and inhale 5 seconds. And you exhale 5 seconds. and you inhale again. 5 seconds. And you exhale 5 seconds. It's okay if you make noise when you exhale. Oh, it feels so good sometimes. So I'm going to do it with you. I will count and you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you may think, I cannot do the 5 seconds cut. Do 1 second, small squares, and then you increase, and then you increase. If you do it, inhale for 4 and exhale for 8, kind of a rectangle, that will be amazing. Yeah. The next one is called the belly breathing. And you may put your hands in your belly, and you see actually your hands, and you are going to inflate your belly. We don't inflate the chest, we inflate the belly. And you can see your hands. And then exhale. And remember, it's okay to do noise. We are going to do it 10 times. And when you are doing these breathing exercises, at some point your breathing kind of resets itself. Like, yeah. Because you were breathing probably faster before, and now you are introducing a new way of breathing to your body. And because our body is like kind of putting the brakes, yeah, like, shoo, that's okay. And may bring you emotions. Normally, when you are doing 2-3 times, so several times a day or several times a week, the emotions will be calming. Probably the first, second time, the emotions will be kind of a little irritating. That's okay. You can do it. And if you skip that part and like, oh, while Carmen counts, I just go to the next because this is what anxiety do, yeah, skipping the beautiful parts of life. I will count, I will do it on my own later, blah, blah, blah. No. You need to go back and do it. So we do it together 2-3 times. And then you do it on your own until you actually get the idea that it's 10 breathings. And remember, 10 times that you breathe during the morning or middle of the day or before you go and talk to your boss is going to make a huge difference in how you behave and how you perceive the world and how you think about yourself. Number 3, The nostril breathing is one of my favorites. We have the two fingers, peace, in our forehead. And then I have my big finger and my ring finger. Yeah, so here. And I put this finger in my nostril. So I inhale through the other. I inhale. Remember the belly. And then I use my ring finger to close it. And I exhale through the other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Yeah? When you do 5 times, now you can do backwards. Inhale, exhale. Yeah? Inhale, exhale. And your 2 fingers are here. It really, you don't need the 2 fingers. Yeah, you can do this. But it feels so good to be tapping at the same time or to be touching your forehead. It really actually helps you to relax and focus. At least it does for me. So, yeah, or your small finger, whatever finger you want of this. Let's do it. I'm changing now. I'm doing the other finger. Inhale. This is called the breath of life, and it's because it really gives you this sense of calmness. First of all, you need to have this quiet mind and allow yourself to do it 10 times. Remember, it's very tempting to skip that part and look what is the next, but doesn't matter what is the next if you are not practicing. Yeah. Bonus point. If you are all the way here, you get a bonus exercise, one of my favorites. So have your hands like this, and then put it under your armpit. Yeah, like this. This last one helps you when you are feeling like a panic attack. This one is very good when you feel like at the edge of a panic attack or high anxiety levels. Just putting your arms around or also hugging you like this, it will help you to ease the overwhelming of the environment. Remember, learning these exercises is really good. It will help you in the short term. In the long term, you still work with what is causing you anxiety and how you can manage better for the long term to have a better life. If this video was of any help for you, please give us a like, comment, put something what was easy or difficult for you in the comments, and let me know what other topics you want, especially around anxiety, so we can continue working for you in emotions in harmony. Also, you can find us in the podcast, and you can subscribe to our newsletter so you will receive right in your inbox when we publish videos. Thank you. This is Carmen Roman. I'm a clinical psychologist and I am very happy to be here with you. Bye for now.